up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We are here in Santa Maria, California for the media unveil event where we're going to take an in-depth look of this vehicle right here that really changed the landscape of the auto industry forever. This is it. The totally redesigned from top to bottom, side to side, and everything in between, 2023 Lexus RX 350. But before we get into this automotive icon, let's talk about what's going on here. Lexus. They've been doing the business since 1989. Of course, that premium brand of Toyota. You know, in 1998, a lot was going on in this world, but what was really happening was Lexus bringing out the first ever RX 350. A lot of people doubted Lexus. They said, hey, this company is insane to do something like this, but guess what? Fast forward to 2023 model year, and we have this mid-size SUV with that iconic name, but a new style and, of course, new power and technology. Now, it's been a little bit of a while since that redesign a few years ago, but now Lexus is really showing what they could do, not only with this particular premium trim, which is going to be what Lexus says the model trim leader, that more people will be looking at this particular trim over the others. But of course, they have that performance trim, the 500h F-Sport performance, even a plug-in electric hybrid version of this vehicle that's coming. So with that being said, there's another new kid on the block that's challenging some of the big names in the auto industry like Lexus. That would be Genesis. And Genesis has that vehicle, their first SUV, known as the GV80. What I want to do is I want to show you all the inner bits and details of this RX 350, but at the same time, compare it to the Genesis GV80 and find out which is the better luxury SUV to buy. Let's go ahead and dive into our Nightfall Mica. Love this color, one of my personal favorites of this RX 350, and find out which way you should go. Let's go check it out. Right off the bat, the shape. There's something familiar about it, but there's also something unique, new, and different. At the front of the business, on the premium trim, you'll notice the new style in headlight housing. We do have LED projector beam headlights, LED daytime running lamps. The one zonk is going to be your old-fashioned light bulb turn signals. Now remember, you can option that triple LED beam headlight on this particular model, but this is what you get standard at the premium level. It's basically called the Premium Plus. But working your way down, we do have a little bit of functionality for these corner air intakes, some gloss black. All trims get LED lighting in the lower corner, the fog lamps, something you're not seeing a lot of anymore on SUVs. Now, as we come across that front grille, it seems to be a mano-a-mano battle on who's got the biggest grille between Genesis and Lexus. What we have, though, is a new inspiration with the spindle grille design. They call it the body spindle grille design. So the actual front fascia bodywork, water falls down, and then look at how it goes from front fascia into actual grille. Love this new style. Let me know how you feel about the nose of this new RX, but we got a forward-facing camera. I love the dark gray metallic finishes on all the pieces of the spindle grille. The lower portion fully functional. Even on this bottom section here, gonna flow a lot of air because guess what? We got turbocharged power in this particular one. Even on the sides, I think this is another area that I like the way they brought the body into the spindle grille design, hence them calling it the body spindle grille design. Really looking super contemporary, something different. Let me know what you think between the nose on this and the nose of a GV80. It almost looks like a little bit like a shark. Are you seeing it with the headlight design, or is it just my craziness standing out here in the sun? You tell me in that comment section. Now, when we get up onto the hood, smooth. That nice metallic flake in there. It's got more metal flake than your great-great-grandfather's set of bowling balls. That's a lot of metal flake. I do like the way there's a nice drop from the top portion of the hood, then it goes down, and then it makes contact with our headlight housing and the side fender. Look at that sparkle, more than your dad's bass fishing boat, more metallic flake. Now, as we come around the bend, the great thing to say, and thank you, Lexus, is that everything is painted around the fender opening. No flat black, nothing, no matter what trim you go with. So we got that beautiful nightfall metallic. Love the way it's got the different levels of design within the fender. And then check out the wheels, 21-inch wheels, multi-spoke design. We got that dark metallic gray finish. Looks sporty, but also tasteful between the nightfall metallic and the dark gray finish. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of the tire? 235 on the width, nice meaty 50 series sidewall. We got all new suspension, all new chassis. This is on that global architecture, hence the letters G-A-K, K as in kitty cat chassis. It's gonna help with handling, also with room. Speaking of room, the nose of this vehicle from the A-pillars forward has grown a little bit, but don't be scared. The vehicle is not actually longer because they shaved some of the length off the back. So it's actually the same length as the previous generation RX. It's a little bit lower, a little bit wider. And you see where the front wheel and the rear wheel are? Longer wheelbase. So yes, so we have a longer wheelbase. That's gonna help with driving down the road and also on interior space. You got color matched on the mirror caps. We do get 360-degree cameras. Nicely set up, a little bit of shiny bright metal work, but you know what? It matches nicely from the mirror caps to around the window treatment. We got super low. It's like they shaved and shaved and shaved to make it aerodynamic. Low roof rails, color matched on the door handles, and then working our way towards the back. My favorite body lines are right here. This angular one that flows into the rear fender, and then I love how it flares out. Gives it, like I said, that traditional RX look, but there's something different about it. Another thing, the quarter window. You have your actual window here, but this is all glass. So instead of just being a bunch of gloss black plastic, like you see on some of the other brands, this is all nice glass. Look at the way they flare this out, almost like an Arabian sword. Really nice, right into the rear section. And then coming around the back, look at the way they took the spindle grille design, brought it into the taillight housing. We got those nice LED lights for the brake lights and the turn signals, and then super clean out back. You're not gonna find this on your Genesis. You have the wiper tucked all the way underneath, so it just sweeps down. Nice low roof spoiler. Very, very clean on the style. The Lexus badge, they got rid of the actual badge. They're bringing the letters. I don't mind it. I think it makes the rear end look less heavy. The way the lighting goes all the way across. RX 350, no other name, like I said, is more iconic in this class of vehicle. And then on the bottom portion, it's just super clean. No exhaust showing, nothing like that. We do have an internal combustion engine 350. You can get this as a hybrid, something that your Genesis GV80 can't do. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see the new power, the turbocharged power of the RX 350. Right, guys, we got the hood pop now on this new chassis and new body. This vehicle weighs 198 pounds less than the outgoing version. What do we got underneath the hood? Well, guess what? Bye, bye, bye. Just like NSYNC used to sing, bye, bye to the V6. What are we left with? We have that 2.4 liter inline four turbocharged engine. That's directly plucked from the smaller NX Lexus model. This puts out 275 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. I'm dying to know what you think about no more V6. Put that in the comment section, but you know what? Let's fire it up and hear what this four-banger sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside this 2023 Lexus RX 350. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've been looking at Genesis GV80s ever since Tiger Woods launched one off the side of a mountain. I was pretty impressed with their durability and how he was able to make a comeback and get back on the golf course again. But I know what Lexus is all about. That reliability, dependability, and of course, they hold their value. My question is, how much is it? Well, that's a very good question. Pricing is not available yet. But if you use some common sense and think about the previous generation and think about your GV80, it's going to be well within that range. But we'll have to wait and see what the actual pricing is. But let's see how it stacks up when it comes to where the metal meets the road on the interior. To the door panels. Looking at it, the nice clean style. I love the birch wood contrast stitching, soft touch material. You got that birch finish on the armrest. Really makes the door panel pop. And I like the way it's like an off-white. It's not like a creamy white. No gloss black. Of course, you're going to have those buttons that you hit to open up the door, make it pop open. It does have your safety alert assist, so you're not going to open it up right into traffic or a bicyclist. And then the door pocket is a pretty good size. You'll actually be able to fit, I would say, 12 KFC drumsticks and a big gulp Mountain Dew Code Purple in that cup holder. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, soft touch material. I kind of am digging this step feature that they got. It really kind of blends in the style of the previous gen, but you definitely know it's something new, especially the way they run the trim right into the AC vent. Nice clean design. Then we get to the center stack. Now, I know Genesis has a 14-inch infotainment system. Well, guess what? We're fighting fire with fire in this Lexus RX. We got the optional 14-inch system. Now, if you go with a base RX 350, it's about 9 inches. This one is 14 inches. It's got the all-new Lexus operating software that we have shown you. Obviously, navigation, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. We've showed this to you, but I will do a brief overview where you can set up your individual users with all of your presets, seat controls, the whole 9 yards, and then you hit the car icon, just like that. You got your different modes, normal, sport, eco, and custom. And then another thing I like is how easy it is to turn on and off the different Lexus 3.0 safety features. Yes, 3.0, lane departure, blind spot monitoring, put it in reverse, nice large visual area, clear resolution. We got our 360, which is really nice. And then I just throw it back in the park, and then we're right back where we started. You got your dual climate, heated seats, ventilated seats, and heated steering wheel. The one zonk is this guy right here. I got knobs for temperature. I got knobs for volume. I got this weird slider thing that I'm not really digging. I wish it was an actual physical button or a switch, a knob, a tab, a clip, a snip, a button, a pin, something other than this. But I do like the way you could adjust the temperature very easily. I like the way they blend the AC vents into this lower section. We got 2 USB-Cs. And you got a storage place where you could put $1 million. No, not $1 million in cash. 10 of those bite-size 100-gram bars. Put that down there. We got this open pore style wood finish. I like the way it's dark, and I like the way, look, Mom, no fingerprints. Open it up. Wireless charging, another USB-C, and a USB-A just for good measure. You could actually put in this section on the right, I would say, 8 of Tiger Woods' balls. Yes, his actual golf balls will fit there, 8 of them. 2 cup holders. This is an electric shifter, standard on all the trims for that 8-speed automatic. That birch is feeling nice and soft, even on the side. Watch this. I could open it this way, but what's better, especially from Lori's perspective, is I get to open it this way. Tons of room. You could easily put, I would say, 2,200 golf tees. I know you got that weird OCD obsession where you like to go to golf courses and find the tees that the golfers just throw on the ground. You could put 2,200 of them in there. I actually did it, and I counted all the way up to 2,200. Key fob, You got your Lexus key fob, standard key fob, but you know what? You got digital key if you want to use that piece of technology. Seats, I'm loving them. Nice and soft, like the design, sort of like on the grill. Perforated in the center, nice bolstering. You got electric assist for the passenger, electric assist for the driver, of course. I'm 6 feet tall. I got plenty of room in here. Standard size sunroof, but the great news is you can option in a panoramic sunroof on some trims, and it's got this nice microfiber suede material, almost like you find in a Rolls Royce. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this new RX 350. All right, guys, here we are, business time. Guess what? You have 1, 2, 3 memory seat settings. That's what you could do, is you could actually have a couple extra friends and let them borrow your RX, and they could actually set the memory seating perfect for them. It's nice to have a couple extra friends. Down below, we got that aluminum sill plate with the Lexus name. It doesn't light up or anything, but it does look classy. I wish it did light up, so I'll give it a half a zonk because I like the way it looks style-wise. We got our electric seat controls. Of course, that lower lumbar. Ooh, that feels good. I'm 6 feet tall. I haven't grown. I haven't shrunk. I feel good size-wise. Steering wheel, nicely done with the leather and that open pore wood. They actually brought it into the steering wheel. Super clean, flat black on all the buttons, so you don't have to worry about fingerprints. You see this little gloss screen here that actually makes sure that you keep your eyes on the road. So it's nice to have that technology monitoring you. You do have paddles on the back of the steering wheel to go up and down, that 8-speed automatic. And speaking of going up and down, you got your electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel, and then you got your 7-inch digital display. So it's nice because you have your graphics in the center, nice large size, and then depending on your mode that you go into, you could actually change the screen nice and simple, just like that, and a head-up display, which is great. But it's got all the important information, nothing that you don't need. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the back seat and see what kind of room we have in the new RX. All right, guys, here we are, backseat time. And you know what? This is where it proves to you that there's actually more room back here than on the previous generation, especially a little bit in that width area. Now, the backs of the seats, I like the way they went with the darker material, because you know your kids, after they're done eating their chocolate, picking their nose, they're gonna get it all over the back of the seat. This will be easier to keep it clean. You could put, I would say, 3 to 4 Kindles back here. So if your family's into reading, which I hope that you're pushing that with your kids, you could put those Kindles back here, or maybe have some old school technology like a few Palm Pilots. Those are always fun to bring out and share with the kids. You do have your little command center, 2 AC vents. I could adjust the temperature, which is great, and you got 2 USB-Cs. That's how it should be done. Plenty of leg room. Overall, man, I'm telling you, everywhere you look and touch, this feels like quality Lexus stuff. Pull the armrest down, nice and Charmin soft. Ba-bam. 2 cup holders for some apple juice, maybe some grape juice. Close that up, and then the seats, guess what? They do recline. And they do come back up. So you can sit like this, or you can sit like this. I'm going this way because this is how Tiger Woods does it when he's driving down the road. We won't talk about what happened, right? But anyways, let's get to that cargo area and see what the heck we could fit back there when it's time to feed the football team. Let's go check it out. Guys, time to get in that cargo area. X marks the spot. Hit the button, and guess what? This rear hatch opens up faster than the previous generation. So that's something that they're very proud of. You do have plenty of width. The one zonk I have is there's not a lot of depth. Plus, I don't like how high the rear bumper is. Like if I'm picking up something super heavy, you're gonna have to really hit the gym plenty to get those objects, the heavier ones, into the back. And then there's not much of a lip. So if you got that big, huge pumpkin that you're gonna carve for Halloween, you're on a hill and you open it up, it's gonna roll out, and they're bye-bye pumpkin. There's the whole great mystery of the giant pumpkin and Charlie Brown. But what do we have? We got this subwoofer for that sound system, nicely placed. You do have the buttons to fold down the rear seats, a 12 volt. There's the 12 volt, so there's the proof. And then on the passenger side, you do have a little bit of a nice nook here, and you do have your first aid kit that's Velcroed for super safety. How do we fold the seats down? Like I showed you with those buttons, you're just gonna hit, and the seats fold down after you hit the button. Now the problem is, the seats do not fold flat. That's another zonk. So if you're gonna go to KFC and really get as many buckets of chicken that you could fit in here, it would be nice for those seats to fold down flat, especially if you have to feed the whole football team. You know, your son's playing football, they win the championship. What do they want? They want buckets of KFC. The good news though is, you lift this up, you do have a full-size spare, and you could easily put 13 pieces of KFC's finest chicken, some biscuits, gravy, and some freaking corn on the cob right in this nice little storage area. Maybe hold on to that for yourself because you know they're gonna gobble up all of that. Now I know what you wanna see happen is not us eating chicken, but going on throttle. Well, guess what? You're gonna have to be patient because patience is a virtue, but you will be rewarded. September 9th at 6 a.m. Eastern time, I better see you back here at Rady's Rides because we're gonna be doing a full drive, full separate review, driving of another RX 350 for 2023. But until that day happens, we need to go get something to eat because we're starving. Let's wrap this one up from California. All right, guys, it's been one heck of a day out here in super sunny California. Definitely want to thank the whole Lexus team for getting us access to this all-new RX 350. Remember, set your watch, set your alarm on your phone. I don't care if you have to carve it into your skin. September 9th, 2022 at 6 a.m. Eastern time. I want you back here because we're going to have a totally different RX for 2023, and we're going to be doing on-throttle driving. You're not going to want to miss it, but let me know what you think about this particular one that we did the walk around with. Would you buy this over a Genesis GV80? I'm dying to see which way you would go in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel, on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content, click that link in the description. Get yourself some of the new Rady's Rides merch. We got all the famous sayings on the shirts. And then, of course, we got to thank Lori, working that camera like a champ. Show him some love in that comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.